busy in here, get busy in here. Yeah, my squad run deep. Yeah, we really in here. I swear whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you love it in here. Yeah, you love it in here. Got reviews up in here. We got stories in here. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell. Oh yeah, 3 clicks like the shoes on Dorothy in here.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu, and I am back. Okay, and I'm just here because I'm triggered. I'm here simply because I'm triggered. And I'm going to talk to you guys about why I'm triggered. But for right now, I just want to say good morning to all of y'all. How y'all been doing? Haven't seen you all in a minute. Just waking up. I woke up to a disturbing video. To me, disturbing. And I just talk about how I can't do this anymore. I cannot do this anymore. It's triggering to me. It's traumatizing. It's taking me back to time. I can't. Good morning, Monique. Good morning. How y'all doing? So I have plans on making a 3-bean chili today. So I'm trying to get this out of here, and then I go to the grocery store. Start doing stuff. Y'all think I should do a cooking with Busy segment today? My 3-bean chili. I think I made my 3-bean chili before. So y'all seen it. But maybe I'll do another cooking with Busy. I want to show y'all something, but my AirPods not working. They're dead. But let me say good morning to y'all. Let me see how y'all doing. How y'all doing this morning? What y'all got going on? But let me go into what's going on. Yes, you want to see? Okay, I'll show y'all my 3-bean chili. So I watched this. I woke up this morning to this. Y'all look. Hold on. I woke up this morning to this. To this clip. Now, y'all, and this is something that I have to sort of an air about it because I haven't talked to him about it. But this is going to be the reason why I am not going to be reviewing the reunion. The gaslighting, the racism, the colorism, the false outrage. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I promise y'all, I can't do it. And I've been trying to stick it in there because sometimes you feel like, okay, these people can't be serious. Like, so you have to just keep going. You have to keep talking. If y'all want to know, I'm supposed to be having a mimosa this morning, but we don't got no orange juice. So right now it's just champagne. And then I say orange juice. And boom, it's a mimosa. But I can't take this outrage. I can't, like, all of this stuff is so performative. It's so fake. And it's bothering me. It's triggering me to my core, to my soul. The girls have been mad at Candace. And the only thing she said, the first thing she said was, your mama. And people are going crazy. The girls are crying. People are going crazy because she said, your mama. And it's almost like people never heard of your mama before. People didn't know that people said that. It's become such an egregious thing to say. I don't know where y'all from. I don't know where everybody's from. See, and this is why I can't watch the reunion. This is exactly why I can't watch the reunion. I think that the reason why, and this is me talking as a dark-skinned person myself, it's colorism. These people have been able to run amok and call people whatever they want to and say whatever they want to say to people. But when Candace says something, the girls are acting like it's the worst thing that's ever come out of anybody's mouth. It's so low, it's so deep, and so far. The people on the show, it's colorism because Ashley has been foul to the people on this show. Well, oh my God, Candace, you called her a roach. That was inappropriate. For years, Kim was calling her Nene a moose. A moose. But this is the problem. Somebody said, have you experienced colorism? Too many times that I can count. It's if you're like, oh, First of all, it's like nobody want to hear from you. To be honest, nobody wants to hear from you. If you're lighter skin, the girls, let me take this down. The girls will allow so many more things. The way you talk to them, the way you treat them, the things that you have said. Once you're of a darker hue, they're ready to pull out their pitchforks. And what's bothersome to me is that people have this fake outrage towards Candace. And she said two things this season that people couldn't like. She said, you brought your wide body ass, and she was wide body, but oh no, she just had a baby. Now we're looking at pregnancy. They're gonna find a reason to figure out why Candace is wrong. It's always going to be. Somebody said, I'm gradually losing interest. Me too. Me too. And it's because a part of it for me is because it's this hypocrisy of a world that we live in which people feel like it's okay for other people to do things. I think what's strange, and I hope someone there doesn't watch this video, but he may, is that when he was going through an internet situation, he was like, well, why other people can say this and I can't say that? You know, understanding like how it could be double-sided for someone. And then he looks at Candace and then be like, no, that's wrong. You can't do it. You just went through a similar situation. Why can't you see the empathy inside? How it's unfair that some people can say something and other people can't, or how they say it. I'm getting there's so many emotions that I have right now that like I really am overwhelmed. It's unfair. And the way that they have been treating this young dark-skinned black lady over the way that they've been treating these light-skinned individuals is so wrong. People know what Jonan is. People know the thing. People just say your mama just as a easy comeback, meaning nothing for or nothing at all. And these people, she didn't even know anything about her mother or her story. All she said is your mama. And the internet and everybody else is acting like they've never heard that before. Oh, that's below the belt. I can't believe you know her mother's. We don't know her. And all we said is your mama. All we said is your mama. And this outrage, Ashley has called people an alcoholic. Her best friend, a Street Fighter, she called her an alcoholic. If we really wanted to do character witnesses and have somebody go down and write a statement, we could talk about how that lady was drinking and driving and even rode into a ditch. She's unhinged. She doesn't make proper decisions. And this is why I got beat up, because of her lack of self-worth and her lack of foresight. She got drunk and ran into a ditch. And Your Honor, we have video footage of that. Since Ashley want to bring her wide body ass down to the police station and write character statements about who did what, let's write a character statement about how this young lady did not know her limit, almost got into a car accident, killed someone, but she ran into a ditch. Ashley called her friend drunk, an alcoholic. Okay? So much so that Monique was crying. And people said that, oh, you lost your baby because you drink too much, because of what Ashley said. Monique was crying on that reunion. People were saying that I was losing my baby because I was drinking too much. And you know who said that? The light-skinned girl, your wide body friend. But that's okay. Ashley has attacked people's mental health. When Katie was going through a hard situation, a hard time, she told her that you are not mentally stable enough to be amongst this group. Okay? And then the things that she was doing to self-help herself. Oh, you got a man staying in the house, you need to worry about between your legs and this and that. Disgusting. But it's okay. It's okay. We can look past anything that Ashley is saying. She got into whatchamacallit, what's the girl's name? Robin's bank account, and your relationship is not conducive enough. She told Karen, I saw you. Somebody said that you was out here cheating on your husband with blue eyes, and we also saw them down to the restaurant. it's this hypocrisy, this colorism it's too much for me. And I think because I've experienced this type of stuff where y'all busy don't fight. I'm not the type of person, and people can say something that hurt me, so I'm about to say something back to hurt you. And then now I'm under attack. People have been very aggressive towards me, and I try to take the high road until now I have to say something back to you. And now I'm saying something back to you. Now it's like, oh my God, calm down. Why am I now the aggressor? When did I become the aggressor? Oh, because it's hard. Look at that. You're hurting their feelings. They're so fragile. But they've been able to say whatever they want to say about me and utilize whatever picking that they have. Throw darts at me. That's unfair. And the way that they have been trying to crucify Candace on a show where we're supposed to be actively throwing shots at each other, it's unfair. And then Andy brings his white cocaine ass up here on this stage, allegedly, because that's what Kathy Griffin said. I don't know about his life. Oh, sorry, that's what Nene said too. I don't know about his life. Then tries to tell Candace, well, what you're doing is not working for you. The thing is, some of the people see it. And you can tell what side the people say. I do not think that Candace has said some egregious things on this show. I do not. That's me personally. I do not. She said your mama. And she did not know. So I can't see her say, well, you did. You went too low with her mom. She don't know her. She does not know her. She talked about that lady house. Well, that's cutting too deep. Y'all talked about Candace house and who owns it. You call her wide body. That was wrong. Y'all been calling Giselle the Crips keeper, turkey neck, all types of stuff. But Candace is so bad. Like it doesn't make sense to me. And the amount of gaslighting that has been happening on this show and on the internet. Y'all need to take deep looks at yourself and say, has Candace been that bad? Because y'all hoes say worse. And I can't, when I say it's bothering me to my core, and it could be me as a dark-skinned person, it's bothering me that these people have been able to act whatever way they want to. And then as soon as this young lady with the darker hue acts the same way, y'all crucifying her because we have a colorist collective here who's sitting here and saying that it's unfair. I don't like that. I do not like that. And I do not think that Candace has been that bad of a person, has said so many egregious things that it can cause this outrage. She said, your mama. Your mama. And now we're using Monique as a way to degrade her or change the way that she should or should not be reacting to things. Oh, you almost got beat up last year because someone cannot handle themselves. It's impossible for me that individuals who have been attacked, this talk about triggering, someone who has been attacked, you guys use, and I would sue or ask for a larger amount of money, Candace, for emotional damage and abuse, because the way that you have been treated last season, and they're re-triggering you by bringing it up and saying that you should be beat up again, and how the way that you have reacted is why people are beating you up. Physical violence, and it should never be. The girls go up so hard for terrorism and making sure that we don't get bombed and blown up. But they don't say to us, well, we got to stop doing what's making them upset. Keep your hands to your motherfucking self. Walk away, walk out the room. You are grown. And this is a TV show where you're not supposed to be doing that. And now that's the basis of how we should or should not respond to individuals. We are adults. And I need somebody to start going up here and slapping Andy Cohen's ass up and down the street so that he'll understand that, look, I just didn't like the way you was walking. And if you want, you better walk straight up in this area. You was giving a little bit too feminine. We beat up people like that in this area. It's not fair. You have to change your behavior in the way that you're acting because people cannot handle themselves. And these people have acted the same and done worse. I don't like it. I do not subscribe to it. I'm sorry, I'm going to get to the comments. I just don't like it. And they're sitting here and they're going to be tearing this black woman down. Yet they're going to let someone co-host the show who is married to a convicted sexual offender. Someone, and on this show, the people are getting the vaccine, and they're going to let that woman, and I don't even know because she said she didn't get vaccinated, host the reunion. During the pandemic, they had to be in bubbles and make sure that nobody got COVID. And watch highly, some of the shows were taken down for weeks because somebody had contracted it. And we saw up and down the internet how Nicki Minaj was saying, well, I didn't get the vaccine because of this and that. People had a urinary tract infection or whatever she said was going on, and then they couldn't get married and this and that. This is why I don't get the reunion. And then you let her come to the reunion to host it amongst elderly individuals. Karen is sitting right there. But it's okay. This is trash. Like, this is trash. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Let me see if any of my headphones are charged yet. Only a little bit. I'll deal. All right, y'all. Let's get into this. And you guys, I'm going to go to the comments. One, Super Chat's a great way to support the channel, so please help me out. I'm going to show y'all a video that I'm sure is going to get flagged. My video is going to get flagged, so feel free to go into your purse to help me out because I'm going to keep this video up even though they're going to flag it. And if it gets taken out on YouTube, you can always go to Twitch. You can always go to Twitter. It's always going to be there. On YouTube, they don't be trying to get the girls their money. I'm going to let y'all play anything. But on Twitch and on Twitter, girl, you'll see it. So let's go get into this. And y'all tell me if y'all can hear it. Okay.
Texas said, Candace, did you really not know Mia's mom's backstory? I find that hard to believe.
I did not know. I did not. You know that you.
And look at Ashley, ready to attack like a monster. She's ready to attack. Her eyes went wild. And then, as everybody always says, well, why Candace got to keep butting that? She don't know how to be quiet. He asks Candace a question, and you know who responds? Ashley. He asks Candace a question, and you know who's ready to respond? Ashley. Oh, but when Candace says something, she need to stay in her lane. Why can't Candace just stay out of other people's business? How about he asked Candace a question and Ashley's responding. You do know that, girl, nobody asked you nothing. Nobody asked you anything. Well, you do know that you gotta, girl, I didn't ask you no questions. He didn't ask you any questions.
You know that you do go. If I knew
jugular.
that.
Why is she talking? Why is Ashley talking? Why Ashley talking, y'all? You do know that you go further. He asked me a question. I can see that, and I can see that.
That she had the trauma that she has.
She doesn't have to have the trauma. And
I would not have said that. I would have talked about
it. What the thing is, it is about the trauma because the problem is people thought that your mama was such a big thing because of your mother's past trauma and your trauma. It is about that. The only reason, and I swear to God, the only reason that people are even saying something like is because you brought your drug head ex-con non-mothering mother on this show. You dragged her all throughout the season. You started the show saying that she was a bad mother, a horrible human, and you ended it saying she don't even know how to do lunch. This is the only reason why people have an outrage and are upset about anything that Candace is saying, because of the trauma that you said was inflicted upon you by that drug head ex-con that you call your mother sometimes.
Talked about something else. What I will say is that was, in the Black community, it's referred to as joning.
For some reason, people act like they never heard of that. People act like, y'all put in the comments, please let me know. Have y'all heard of joning? Do y'all know what joning is? Was this something that y'all do? One for yes, two for no, or you can just put yes or no. We joning in New York City and New York. We going back and forth with your mom. It's so common that we just say your mama. And these people act like they never heard it before. Oh, we don't be joning. We don't do that. It's just your mama. Your mama. Your mama. Your mama. Your mama. Someone said, your mama got a glass of with a fish. With a fish in it. Your mama. Your mama. Your mama. That's it. Your mama. I don't know when it became this huge thing now. It's because she's Black. It's because she's dark skinned.
I was going light on you.
Sure
and
was.
What happened was you were ungrateful. And if you want to, if you want to,
I agree. I agree. I agree. Mia, the thing is, Candace could have gone deep. The way that they be making it seem like, oh my God, Candace, she just goes below the belt. She goes so low. She's so disgusting. She knows how to hit. She didn't even do that. She didn't even do that. She just said, your mama. With no background knowledge, with nothing else that was going on, and Ashley sitting there with her wide body ass, with her eyes wide, she said on the after show that she did not know. She herself, Ashley, I'm going to have the Crips keep her baby Darby. She herself said she did not know anything about Mia's mother's past. Yet and still, all Candace said was your mama. They think it's too low when she calls people roaches, when she talks about their forehead, when she talks about their white body, when she talks about their house. Excuse me. They think it's so low. So this time she just said, your mama. I'm low budget, your mama low budget. And Mia should be lucky that that's all she actually said. She could have talked about you being a ex-prostitute, hooker, stripper who was found in a Ponderosa old country buffet by your husband, and now all you're doing is break your back businesses because that's all you're worth. And still, it's a problem.
So if you say your mom is low budget, she's supposed to thank you?
What
am I
may
supposed
not
to
be
do when she
acceptable
insults me?
anymore. You saw that episode and you thought to yourself, wow, I was justified in all of this, and
I could have done worse. I could have done worse. I could have done worse. The justification of whether or not I feel like I'm justified in all of this. The thing is, I could have done worse. I could have done worse. I could have really let your act have it. I could have talked about that pound broken box that you got, that you had to keep getting rejuvenated. You talked to all of us about rejuvenating. Your low self-esteem or how you feel like no one's ever going to love you. That's why you got to keep getting these bot surgeries, the cheekbones going all the way up here. And how you had to sell your body in the strip club and to your husband. And that's how you got picked up off the corner, off the street. We could have talked about that. But all she said was your mama. All she said was your mama. Your mama. And that was with no context. And that's the problem. Because if we really wanted to go in, we could go in. If we really wanted to go in, we could go in. But this is the problem. I'm heated. I'm livid. And the girls out here say far worse. Say far worse. All she said was your mama. I'm low budget, your mom low budget. That's it. We go talk about your big feet, your big hands. And that's why you was better suited for the strip club, so you can use that stuff to stroke your man to get your money. We could have talked about that. We could have talked about that. From foster care to the strip pole, we could have talked about that. How your husband, the reason why you getting all this plastic surgery is to look like a white woman because that's what your husband wants. We could have talked about that. We could have talked about that. But she did not. She said your mama. Your mama. Your mama. And Prairie Farm, and I agree. Mia is telling her truth with her mother. I agree with that. That's not the issue for me. That's not the issue for me. Everybody don't know your story. Not everybody understands and knows your story. And some people don't understand. And I cannot sit here and attack someone who does not know what's going on with me. If someone says something and it really hits my soul and I start crying or I get affected, I cannot sit here and yell at you and be like, well, you knew what you was doing. You did not. You did not. And if you insult me, I'm going to insult you. And you can't tell me what I should or should not say when I am doing so. Because I'm hurt. So your turn. Your turn. I'm hurt. Because let me tell you, I won't be able to be on this show because BusyBlu is nice. But what you're not going to do is just attack me and think that it's going to be over and done with. And I decide how far I can go. And then if you hit me, I'm going to... And if you hit me, I'm going to sue. Oh, you think I'm this? Oh, well, I'll say one thing. My mama kept me. And you don't get to dictate if that's too much. I didn't like what you said about me, and this is what I'm saying about you. Oh, I'm doing too much. This is coming from the ex-stripper, foster care stripper. You don't get to dictate how I'm going to respond back to you. Below the belt, above the belt, what's deep, what's not deep, I don't care.
I did not feel like your actions towards her were justifiable.
What actions? Let's go back.
Things coming out your mouth.
First of all, Giselle, you 2 seconds away from everybody on the street bopping you, so you can shut up. They call you turkey neck. They say your house. They talk about your house. They talk about your man. They talk about your marriage. They talk about whether or not y'all remember. It was inappropriate for Candace to say your mama. But it's okay for Monique to pull out a binder and call that man Pastor Holy Whore and for y'all to repeat it. A man of the cloth. It's okay to say Pastor Holy Whore. But I can't just say your mama. I can't say your mama. But we could call him Pastor Holy Whore. And I got the text message right here to prove that your man was sleeping with. That's okay. It's unfathomable. It's unfathomable. Y'all have this standard that is biased and rooted in colorism. Y'all don't like her because she's of a darker hue. And these people can say whatever they want to say, depending on how light they are and adjacent to white they are. I don't think my good sis Candace has done things so egregious that has been further than what y'all done. Y'all dropping off pizza boxes. Y'all driving out of state to Virginia to drop off pizza boxes to know whether or not a lady lives there and calling her broke. And Ashley saying don't drop the soap. Homophobic messages to her husband who's going to jail. That's not cool. But it is because they're saying it. But if Candace says your mama, we need to stop. The actions towards her were not good. Y'all got a whole rental car and a pizza and dropped it off. Those actions were okay. I can't. The actions towards her. She said your mama. Actions. Well, y'all hoes got a rental car, got a pizza box, drove up there with costumes on. Those actions were okay. Y'all down at the Congressional Black Caucus and Robbins were while you're running, liar. Those actions were okay at the Congressional Black Caucus.
If I want to respond verbally, hello, welcome to the stage. That's what we do.
How do you think? Can I ask you a
verbally.
question? How's that working for you?
How? I think the problem of Andy asking how this works for her is what's disgusting and is disturbing is that he's sitting here, he's chastising. I'm not getting into it. Sorry. No, I'm not going into it.
Honestly,
How is what working?
Yeah,
for me?
good question.
how is the way that you respond to people working for you? You almost were physically attacked
So
last
that's
year.
my fault that I was physically attacked?
Right. And this when I say I would be asking for a higher parent, and I need somebody above Andy to talk to me. If I was Candace, I would be going above. This is victim blaming. Now we're victim blaming. No one should be. Sorry. I know that now, and I'm hearing now, and even my co-host on it because I'm not watching that show, and I'm not reviewing it with them. I know now that some of y'all walk around as grown individuals with children and still think that it's appropriate to assault, to fight, and to physically abuse someone when you are not happy about what they have said to you. I understand that now. I am very clear that some of y'all now feel like I will fight you up. I am hearing that now. I am hearing where we had so many problems about gun violence and all of this stuff in the Black community. Oh, people get. I come from a neighborhood in the community, Rochester, New York, where people get shot for the most random things, and children. It was stray bullets that were hitting children. And people were like, you got to put the gun down. Don't do that. But the thing is, this is how people retaliate. And what I'm hearing from now so many women and so many people is that it is okay to do physical violence or bring knives to a gunfight. I mean, to a fist fight. You can, if you say something to me that I don't like, I'm shooting you. I'm shooting you. Because now it's okay. If you say something about me, I'm now ready to bop you. And fights can end up in deaths. People can fall, hit their head. I've seen it in my own school. I've seen it in my own childhood. Fights can end up with death. And y'all know that. And still y'all think it's appropriate. I'm outdone. And now she's sitting there with her boss, who is saying, you almost, somebody else said it too. You almost what, girl? It happened. I was sucking bopped. This wasn't an almost. Sorry, let me see this link. I don't know if I want to bring him up here because you know my emotions are high and I don't feel like he's gonna help me. But I'm gonna send it to him anyway. I was bopped. And now my employer is saying that it's appropriate to hit on the job because of how I respond. You're policing me. Now you're policing me. Now he's victim blaming. This is trash. Indico, you're trash. Bravo, you're trash. Now you're victim blaming.
So that's my fault that I was physically attacked?
Well, you're the common denominator.
False. Everyone up here has a mouth, has said nasty, disrespectful.
have not been.
That's what me and you just got here. Shut the up. Everyone up here has been nasty, said disrespectful things. And you know what, Florida Gal for Life, this is what my problem is. You can't play both sides. You cannot play both sides. You can't sit here and then attack Monique, so they say, because I don't think he really got into her like that. You can't sit here and dig into Monique for saying that what she's doing is wrong and then turn around and tell the victim, well, you also need to stop too. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. Candace about to be the next dark-skinned lady out the group. Y'all got her. Now, Katie, she couldn't do the show no more. Y'all got Sharice out. We got Monique out. Next out is Candace. Skylar, be careful, girl, because you have a darker hue too, and they'll get you out next. It's tacky. It's trashy.
Bottom
Can
of
we
the
do
gutter
this?
things
Can we do
to
this
one
as an
another.
example?
But
Let's
because
do this.
I am better at it, I am somehow.
Oh, I don't think nobody better than me and
you're
Giselle.
not.
Lauren,
I'm disgusted. And I refuse to be a part of this reunion, to watch and recap it. I refuse. I'm protecting my peace and my sanity. And I'm starting to realize that individuals they just have it out. For Candace, and that's just it. Thank you. That's what this is what I'm saying. I refuse. I refuse to watch, recap, give validation towards this show who are they're clearly being biased towards this young lady. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You all will not see me doing a I did my last review already on this channel. Me and Soda up in there. Y'all can watch him by yourself if you want to. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I refuse. I refuse. I'm triggered. I am triggered. Yo, we got a special guest here. Let me welcome him up. What's going on? How you doing?
Is that champagne?
It's a mimosa without the orange juice. I said hold the orange juice.
Usually I'll be up here trying to calm Busy down, but he's not actually wrong in this instance.
I am shocked.
I talked about this last night. I was actually with Jolene and Nana last night. I talked about it last night. Like, you have to you don't watch some of these other shows. You have to juxtapose what he does with the other housewives. So you're about to be really triggered. Sorry. You know Erica Jane. I know you don't watch the show, but you know her husband defrauded all those people.
Yeah.
She called the woman a "see you next Tuesday." She yelled at all the castmates. She was short with Andy. On Twitter, she posted after the victims were defrauded, somebody drew her a picture where she was Jesus hanging on a cross, and she had like earrings that said victims and burn victims and all this. And she reposted it along with posting sexy lingerie pics and all this stuff. This is what she does on Twitter. After she yelled at all these people in the reunion, Andy just kind of looks at her, tilts his head, and says, "You know what? You're a piece of work," and smiles. They laugh.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But Candace saying you roach is the bad one. He's trying to dig into y'all. I cannot. I can't.
I'm not even a Candace fan like Busy. Like, I'm not as much of a Candace fan like Busy, but what I will say is she's getting like a really bad rap this year. And all of the light-skinned women have now on the after shows started saying that her husband is abusive and they're worried for her. So it's like steering the audience to think that Chris is now a bad guy, in addition to, you know, excommunicating her from the group, and Wendy for the most part.
That's trash. It's trash. Now, I will say, Chris, you need to calm down when you be putting your hands on her and holding her and trying to calm her down. Let the girl get it out, because these people are being unfair. But
I mean, if you're throwing stuff now, come on now. We have to
like
give
Mia,
Chris some grace.
Like Mia.
Well, I mean, if you don't fight and you're throwing stuff, that's a problem too, Busy.
It was a blade of lettuce. It was a blade of lettuce.
And also a butter knife.
Oh, yeah. I really think she should have thrown that just a little bit more to the left. I wanted to be right in her forehead. And yes, nobody defends Wendy's. Do you defend Wendy? Do you think that Wendy's getting a bad rep?
I loved Wendy even last year. Now, she did need some help with her hair and makeup, but by the reunion, I was calling her a chocolate Barbie doll, and people were like getting on me about it. I think
he went out for a second, but I'm sure he's coming back. The server's gonna come back. That abusive nonsense started by a blogger saying
she does what she does. Is that me? Did my camera go out or yours?
Yours. You're still out. Now you're back.
Me or you?
It's you.
Hold
on. All right. But somebody needs a therapy session with all of the ladies. It gets very toxic. I agree. I think that they need to go to therapy, and they all need to talk about, and they need to talk about the sensitive subject of colorism and their bias, because the way that people have been able to, what I really want them to do, if I'm going to be honest, is to look at, I want them to look at comments from each house guest, Big Brother, Oh, he's each housewife. Which one's worst? What is worse? You roach or that roach. And the ding dong at her house doesn't work, referring to her husband's penis. Why do you think that these are, which one's worse and why? People be calling Giselle Gizzerneck, but when she says your wide body, they're like, oh, that's too much. Pregnancy. This lady's older, and that's what happens to you when you get older. So we could be ageist. Shout out to Karen, but we can't be. But we can't talk about women who have gone through pregnancies. We could be ageist though.
I'm sorry, 5G sucks.
It does.
Oh yeah, so again, I definitely think that Busy, Benji, we all know Busy can do what Busy does, but he's not wrong in this situation.
I'm not watching it. I can't. I just woke up this morning to that clip and I was triggered. I was extremely triggered, and I tried to sleep it off because Tater Bay's still in bed. So I was like, okay, let me just shut it down and lay back down. And my soul was like, no, you have to say something. I can't do it. I really can't do it.
There's a really intelligent young lady. I think she's still in college. She has a blog called The Darkest Hue. Have you heard of it?
Mm-mm.
This girl is exceptional, and she has called Andy out. So you might check it out. It's on Instagram called The Darkest Hue. She's really dope. I think that more people are starting to see the colorism. Like, they added these cast members of different nationalities to other franchises. But I think now that the Black Lives Matter movement isn't necessarily at the forefront, Bravo is just running amok. And people are calling them out. And even housewives are starting to acknowledge the comments that the Darkest Hue made. So definitely throw that young lady your support.
All right, I just pulled up The Darkest Hue, y'all.
There should be a post specifically about the housewives. It's the second one.
Oh, this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these are paragraphs.
Oh, I mean, she's very intellectual, and she breaks it down. Like, Candy liked it. A few of the housewives definitely showed her some love.
I'm gonna have to go through this. Somebody said Karen has done. Somebody said read it. Okay, I guess I'll read it. Karen has done colorist and what can be perceived as xenophobic things towards Wendy and Candace, like allegedly saying Wendy doesn't fit in, trying to get Candace in trouble with show exec. Yeah, I remember that when she went down to her boss. I was scared for you. We were all scared for you, and I had to fight for my friend. Girl, shut up. I only have 10 slides to work with. I could only cover so much. I'm not absolutely absolving Karen for the way she's treated darker skinned women on the show. While watching last week's episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, I was shocked that Giselle and Robin didn't call out Ashley for offensive comments about Alzheimer's towards Mia's husband, G. It was not only ageist comment, but it was also hurtful to Karen. But nobody thought that was an issue. Nobody thought it was an issue. Ashley can say what she wants to say. Well, what's going on here? You got Alzheimer's? You can't hear? You can't remember? Oh, she's doing the work. Yo, I'm not going to read all this because she got paragraphs worth. She has paragraphs worth and stuff. Oh, it's not that long, actually. Who's deceased?
It's not long, but every sentence is a oop.
It sounds like we'll be doing the red table talk over here. I'm not only ages coming, but also hurtful to Karen, whose deceased father immensely struggled with Alzheimer's. I couldn't help but wonder if there would be a stronger response if Candace would have made her comment. Candace and Ashley have both said something. Thank you. Both said some pretty hurtful and damaging things about each other, but it seems like the cast and fans are harder on Candace. Based on what I've observed from the show, Giselle, Robin, and fans would have immediately descended onto Candace and berated her if she had made Alzheimer's comments instead of Ashley. So, why the double standard? Candace Diller Bassett, Winter Suffolk, and other dark-skinned women everywhere know why. Candace has even said that she is held to a different and higher standard than Ashley because of colorism. She explained, having lighter skin imbues. I never used that word before. One,
I
and I'm gonna have
can't
to look
see.
it up.
I'm on my phone. Spell it.
Imbues.
Oh, okay.
Imbus. Okay, I'm learning a new word. Come on, God, this educated girl, she's giving me something. One with a certain level of privilege that darker hue counterparts are not allotted. Dark standards are different. Wendy Sefo, another victim of colorism on the show, has addressed the coded language her lighter skinned, racially ambiguous castmates use when talking about her. I think there's a history of certain words that are inflammatory and that are often targeted and used for women. And I think that it's very interesting that Ashley continuously uses buzzwords. She says aggressive, ferocious. Y'all go into it. Get into it. Get into it. Somebody said it's pronounced I'm boost. I'm bust. I'm bust. I'm gonna look it up.
I
But
work with
yeah, get
numbers.
into it. Get into it. Y'all, I'm saying, I'm just saying, and I think what the problem is that a lot of people aren't seeing it. And they think that it's more, I think that their implicit bias towards people with darker hues, it shows. It shows. And I'm frustrated about it. And I've gone this whole season feeling like Candace ain't do nothing.
I'm sorry. Your fans are the best. You do not pass up this comment. You need to make a whole segment for when you go off on your tangents called Blue Table Talk. This
Yeah, but
person, Southern Charm, go ahead and copyright it and then charge him for the use of that term. That's brilliant.
you
There's
know
your
what?
new
Maybe
segment.
I'll do Blue Table Talks. I'll do Blue Table Talks because I felt so frustrated. The thing is, when I woke up this morning, before I watched the dog, I was thinking about this video. And I was saying to myself, I don't think I should do it because then I'm just gonna come on as an angry black man. And I'm about to be yelling at the people. And then I had to think to myself, I should not care because this is what is frustrating me.
I'm gonna send this clip to Chris. Do
And
the
say
Blue
what?
Table. I'm gonna send this clip to Chris and say you need to be on Blue Table Talk with Busy.
Oh God, get it together. Get it together. Oh, are we doing tonight?
It's gonna be tomorrow. If you're free. I don't know. I'm still doing it. I have to like get out there more.
You do have to get out there more, but I thought we was doing tonight.
No, I said Friday and then I texted
No,
you.
you did not.
No,
You said tomorrow.
Mm-mm.
Go through the text.
You go through the text.
Okay, I'll pull them up on the screen.
You could, and then you'll get demonetized and thrown off YouTube.
So we'll be doing videos. I'm about to close this out. Y'all put your B's in the comments for making it make sense. Where can they follow you? Tell the people where they can follow you.
Right now it's really hard to follow. I mean, you can go to YouTube and put in "Make It Make Sense Free for All," and one of my videos will post. I'm actually going to be working with Jolene and her husband to figure out how to get my icon up because it's not right now. But definitely "Make It Make Sense Free for All." I am on Instagram now. That's "Make It Make Sense Now." I'm pretty ridiculous, so prepare yourself.
He's trash. He's trash.
A little bit. I was having to warn Nana, like, because she just subscribed to me last night, and I was like, Nana, I'm a little bit ratchet, so prepare
He's a lot of bit
yourself."
ratchet. He's a lot of bit ratchet.
They got me 40 subs. They didn't stop the live until their subs went and subscribed to me.
Amen.
So yeah. Do y'all really think Busy be going on tangents? I could definitely tell y'all some of the behind the scenes stuff that he does.
No, he can't. They said, "What's up with the Patriot hoodie?" They said they're triggered as well.
Oh, it was on sale. Sorry. I got it from Dillard. I think he said some other words too. I always have words on my stuff. Are you a blow up doll?
Oh, put your bees in the, I could be. Put your bees in the comments for Evangelist Valerie. Good morning, Busy and Mims. I agree. I didn't watch the reunion either. Love you. Yo, I'm just not doing it. It's gonna be 4 parts. And I'll say this. If I do watch the reunion, I'm going to watch the reunion. I'm not going to review it. Let me make that caveat. I'm going to watch the reunion. I'm not going to review it. If I decide to review it, it would probably be on my members only. Because I don't want to see the internet. I don't want the internet to see me like that.
I think you're gonna watch it. I think
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. Because I need to see how this. Right now, it's out of context. Everything's out of context, and I always try to give leeway that this is out of context. So we're only seeing clips. We're only seeing clips.
I don't think it's out of context. We've seen how they treated like Andy gave his point of view. He said that he feels as though Kenya did provoke Portia with the scepter, and that had to be explained to him. So I think what he's trying to say is he's gonna be harder on people. But I'm like, you got Teresa pushing you down. You have Erica
tossing him around.
Yeah, you never said anything about it, and you considered that one of the greatest moments in like Bravo history, flipping tables. Candace actually walking away that season from every fight with Monique, and then they get physical. So I just think that Andy has his favorites, and he doesn't like Candace. But for whatever reason, the more people hate Candace, the more she's gonna stay on this show, because you're either gonna be loved or hated. The kiss of death on reality is no concern at all. And that's why Ashley Darby was sitting on the end of the couch. So we're saying she gets a pass, but in all honesty, she's become a peripheral character, right? She can be as messy as she wants. People don't care. She doesn't even have to show up to the scenes. So she's getting her just desserts in the fact that nobody cares. Like she's been on there since the beginning. Even on the Real, they teamed her up with somebody. Who didn't they team up with somebody? The OGs
Wendy,
that matter.
Wendy couldn't come.
They teamed her up with somebody. But Karen and Giselle, the OGs, got their own time on the show. So she's getting her just desserts. She has to sleep with Michael. But I was on another show. And we were talking about it, and I was like, the difference between Ashley and Candace is the fact that Candace came from money. She didn't have to marry into it. She could marry some white guy with a brown dick, and that's fine. He doesn't have to have money. Whereas Ashley had to marry Michael so that she could, Ashley married a gay man to keep her mom from being under that bridge and sleeping in that tent, period.
He tried to kick her out.
He did kick her out and took her Porsche.
No, I'm at a Porsche?
He bought every season, like every first season to whatever on the show, you got G telling Mia he's going to get her a G-Wagon. Well, Ashley's first season, she got a Porsche.
Okay.
As soon as she got kicked out, the Porsche was gone, and she was in an apartment in Baltimore. Remember Karen read the dog shit out?
I don't remember that. I am going to be doing a rewatch. I feel like I'm going to do like a series rewatch. I do love Potomac, so I think I am going to be doing a series rewatch. I always start from season 2. I never start from season 1. But maybe I'll start from season 1. But that's crazy. You're
missing a lot of like small subtle nuances.
Oh, well, I've watched from season 1 and I've rewatched season 1, but I just didn't like it.
Who replaced Karen on the couch? We got to call a spade a spade.
Who?
Wendy Osefo is sitting next to Andy instead of Karen.
That is true, but she had the best story. She was a major part of it.
Ashley's on the end of the couch.
She's on the end of the couch.
Yeah, so people can hate her as much as they want. They hate Kenya, but the thing is, she's good for TV, and they're gonna stick around. So, I definitely think you should pull in Chris to your Blue Table Talk.
So are you going to be well, if Chris, if you want to come into the Blue Table Talk, we can have you. So send this to him. I'll send this to him. Yo, let's get Chris on the Blue Table Talk, and then we'll do a members only video. So if I do decide to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac, it will be a members only review that I only have for the members. So if you're not a member, become a member. That's the only time I'm going to talk about it, because I don't want it's frustrating me. I'm at a loss for words. It's frustrating me to see what has been happening to my good sis. And all these other people have acted so much worse. And now I'm supposed to be reviewing. I can't. I'm not going to. And I ain't tell So Dub yet. He could be mad at me, but he's hurt worse. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. I just can't do it. Are you gonna?
You definitely were. You were on a roll this morning. I was like, let me get in here, but then I was like, oh, I'm gonna make it matter.
Yeah, that's what you know. What when you said it, I was like, I would say it to him, but he's gonna piss me off. That's really what I was thinking. Before we get out of here, y'all. Now it is what it is, my God. Before we get out of here, hold on. I want to show y'all something. One, y'all know that I already talked to you about this before, but since y'all here and I love my friends, I'm gonna promote it one more time. Here we go. Make sure y'all go support my friend. Heaven Sent by Hasina. I got my. So y'all remember when I did my review, and I was telling y'all to go buy her candles. It came in this, okay, and I was really upset because I was like, why am I a $10 candle? But this candle smells so amazing. This is Brunch with BusyBlu. If you haven't had it, it's on her website. So you can go to, let me see if I can find it. You can go and get the candle. So these candles, and I want to thank, put your bees in the comments for yourselves. These candles sold out. Like they sold out.
What? You have your own candle?
Yes, Blunts with BusyBlu. So these candles sold out. They sold out. So I want to thank all of y'all who went and like purchased and all of that. So now she's making them in bigger sizes. So they're gonna be coming in like larger sizes. And I can't thank y'all enough for like making it happen. So these candles are now sold out.
Support. Is she black?
She is black. Yeah, she's my best.
Support
One of my
real
best friends from
black-owned
Rochester.
businesses, not like Mia's. Mia's candles came from a distributor. I'm gonna spell the T on that.
I'm gonna send you one of these. Make it make sense. Mims. I'm gonna send you one of these. And then also some of y'all, if y'all received the Instagram message from me, y'all also will be getting one too. So for those who I sent a Instagram message to, and you know who you are, you will be receiving one of these BusyBlu Brunch with BusyBlu candles. They smell so good, like they smell amazing, and I want to make sure that everyone else can smell what Brunch with BusyBlu smells like. Me and Mims, we never did brunch, but we did do manis and patties, and he stole drinks.
Again, you can't steal at that price point. They're included.
He stole the drinks. I had so much fun that time. That was a lot of fun.
You didn't even really get to experience my city with me because
I did it because you had things that you needed to do and you wasn't feeling that good. But I saw other pictures of you thotting and bopping. And we had great conversation. And the manis and patties were amazing.
Anyway, well, I gotta run because the kids are here.
All right.
We got the grandbabies.
Give make it make sense some bees, and we'll see him out. See you later. Thank you so much for coming.
All right, see you guys.
He didn't make me upset this time, but y'all make sure y'all go to Heaven Sent by Hasina. And so it's all of this, but one word.com. Go get y'all candle. Now it does come in this size. So please don't be weary. It's a black business. We just starting. It does come in this size, but we're making larger now because the girl didn't think that I was gonna be able to make the sales. Okay, and clearly I could. When I say this candle smells so good, it smells so good. So y'all can get this one now. It was sold out. I think she's making more. So I know we did buy her. Well, that's none of your business. She should be making more, so you should be able to get this one. And then they're gonna come in a larger and bigger candle stand. So y'all should be able to get that one too. Y'all, thank y'all for supporting me and thank you for supporting my friend. I really, really appreciate it. It warmed my heart when she texted me and was like, yo, your candles are selling out. So it was great. But if y'all want to see me do a review on the Real Housewives of Potomac, you're only gonna see me. It's not gonna be with Soul Debonair, and it's gonna be a membership. It's gonna be members only. I'm pissed off at the way that these people have been acting. I'm pissed off, and I just can't do it. So I love how busy it is. Girl, I'm telling you, it just takes over your body. It's a 1 week candle. It's a Wendy Oseppo, candle. I'm pissed off, and I'm not going to watch and celebrate and try to. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated with it. I want to thank everyone. Put your B's in the comments. Put your B's in the comments for Mams. Put your B's in the comments for Valerie for the super chat. If you want to know more about me and everything else that I have going on, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter and on Twitch. BusyBlu. No, Instagram and on Twitter. BusyBlu. No space, no E. You can also find me on Twitch. BusyBlu, where this is definitely streaming right now. You can find me on Facebook, the BusyBlu, where you ain't getting nothing special, nothing important over there. Y'all, tell me what your thoughts are. I really, really want to know. Are y'all going to watch the reunion? How do y'all feel about this colorism aspect? Are y'all upset? Do y'all feel like it's ridiculous? Just let me know. I'm about to go get busy, and you guys stay busy. Till next time.